Okay, cool. So, welcome to another episode. This one's a little bit different. This one was actually requested by some of my clients. So I always ask for feedback about the Zoom calls and what's going to be beneficial for you guys and what you guys need help with. So, something that's really popular along all my clients is how to stay fit with a busy schedule. Because, whether we're working from home or traveling to London or whatever it is we have, we're always extremely busy. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to still, stay within your fitness goals and still achieve the things you want to without having to spend hours and hours in the gym, or without having to make major sacrifices. So we're just going to talk about how to stay fit with a busy schedule. So first one, or first slide, if I can find my mouse. Let's be real. So look, this can be a struggle and it is a real issue, which is why we're talking about it. So it can and it will be a struggle unless you decide to make a change and you start to make it a priority. Um, the number one challenge that people face when working out is knowing exactly what it is that they need to do. So when we talk about, working out on a busy schedule, the reason that it's such a big challenge is because people don't actually know what to do and they end up spending way too much time or wasting too much time in the gym when they could just be going in with a plan and bouncing, having made sure that they've done exactly what they need to and the right amount of exercises. So that's another reason why that is so difficult, is because no one has a plan. You're in there, you're kind of guessing what should be done. But if you can walk in with a plan, know exactly what you need to do and get out, it doesn't become this big massive task. And let's be real, there's 24 hours in a day. Everyone has 24 hours in a day. So let's make the time because everyone's busy, but you know, you have 50% of people who are still able to reach their fitness goals and achieve what they want. And then you've got the other 50% who can't. So what is it that the other 50% have that we're not quite there with yet, that we need to improve to make sure that we can stick with our fitness goals while being busy? So let's go on to the next slide. So the non-negotiables. It's really important that fitness now becomes the essential part of your routine. If this is serious for you and you really, if fitness is something that's really important to you, you want to get into the best shape of your life. Summer's coming up and you want to lose weight. Maybe you've got a particular goal in mind, or you've sat down with the doctor or the GP and they've said that your cholesterol's too high, or you have a high risk of diabetes, whatever it is. This needs to be a non-negotiable. And I think a real key thing is this pie chart here, and it's what we actually spend most of our time actually doing and what we think we do. So as you can see, like a massive part of that pie chart is thinking about what I should have said after a conversation, quickly checking my phone and telling myself I'll get off in 30 minutes, um, tending to basic needs to stay alive, getting stuff I don't care about done, getting interrupted and losing my train of thought, thinking about what I should have gotten done. Look how much of that pie chart is actually taken up of your day, and look at that small percentage where it actually says actually getting the things I care about done. And that's the things about, that would be things like fitness, maybe actually going to work and, doing the job. Because like even within your job, there can be a lot of time that's wasted as well. So how efficient are you when you're at work? How efficient are when you get home? I know it's been a long day and I know it's difficult and I know there's some commuting, but where is the opportunities or the gaps where you can actually make use of that time? If you open your screen time on your phone, how many hours are you spending on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube? Things that aren't helping you towards your goal. So this is the change, and this is where you're now going to change this so that you can stay fit on your busy schedule. Treat and schedule it like a business meeting. If you need to go to the gym or you've got a workout that you need to do, you need to schedule it like a business meeting. 30 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, however long it is that works for you, you need to schedule it into your calendar and you need to make sure that you treat it like a GP appointment. You wouldn't miss a doctor's appointment. You wouldn't miss a doctor's phone call. You tell work, "Oh, okay, I've got a call I need to go and take." You need to treat fitness the same way. Otherwise, you're not going to hit your fitness goals on a busy schedule. This needs to be a priority. And actually, if you spent more time thinking about your fitness and pursuing your fitness goals, you would have less doctor's appointments as well. So that's the thing, is that fitness now needs to become a central part of your routine. You need to schedule it and think about where your time is actually going. Now, this is the thing is that I get it. Someone will say then, but I actually have no time. Trust me, there's a lot of people, like I'm busy. I'm a busy person. And there's people who are way busier than me. And I kind of look at them and I go, I don't know how they get that done. But they do because they're very efficient and very good at time blocking and they're very good at getting things done in a short amount of time. So this is where we then look into our calendars and how we can block things out. So you need to set some non-negotiables for yourself. Short, effective, and consistent. Okay, so this is the next thing. Remember these three words: short and intense workouts, habit stacking, and breaking it up. So, short and intense workouts, it doesn't have to be an hour, 2 hour long workout to achieve your fitness goals. You can get the same amount of work done in 10, 15, 20-minute workouts and being consistent with it. Our workouts are usually done 3 times a week. But what if you done a 10-minute or 20-minute workout 6 times a week? It'd be the same time spent in the gym or doing exercise than the person who spent an hour 3 times a week. Habit stacking. So again, saying that you have no time, but building habits around the routines you already have. So an example of habit stacking, because I appreciate this is a term that's used a lot and it's probably spoken about a lot, but what does it actually mean? So habit stacking would be finding things that you do in your routine all the time. So for example, let's say you get up at 7 o'clock every single day, and by half seven, you're in the shower. So then what you need to do is kind of work backwards a little bit. So let's say you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, by half seven, you're in a shower. What do you do before the shower? Do you get a coffee or, do you make the bed? Okay, let's say by 10 past seven, you've made the bed. What are you then doing between having made the bed and the shower? Just scroll through Instagram or is it sitting on your phone? Habit stacking is finding the common reoccurring things in your routine and then putting something in. So let's say you have a shower every single morning. Add in 10 push-ups before you get into the shower. Would be stacking habits because it's something that's already in your routine, you just add in things around it. Or maybe you do 10 squats when you're in the shower. Maybe do 10 squats after the shower. Whatever it is, maybe you take lunch at 12 o'clock every single day. Maybe as soon as it hits 12 o'clock and you're on your lunch, you do 10 push-ups because these are already things that are in our routine. All we do is just add things to it so then it becomes a habit. And then break it up 10 minutes. So let's say you've got a half an hour workout throughout the day, just 10-minute bursts, 10-minute bursts in the morning, afternoon, and at night. So let's say you've got like a little short body circuit, splitting that up throughout the day, making sure that you're getting your 30 minutes by the end of the day can also be very effective, especially if you're kind of like a desk worker or you're working from home. So what would that look like? So here's an example of what that workout might look like or things that you can do. So the 5 minute desk worker workout, probably the worst name ever. It could have been something way more interesting. Maybe like the desk worker destroyer. I don't know. But 5 minute easy workout, 20 squats, 10 push-ups, a 30-second plank, and then just do that twice. Literally, as soon as you get up in the morning, or as you go on lunch, or in the evening before dinner, do this 5 minute workout. And I promise you, in 7 days, 14 days, in a month, you'll notice a massive difference. Those 20 squats and 10 push-ups won't feel the same way. You will need something extra because it will become so easy and so routine to you. And actually, by starting like that, you'll probably find more time in the day and you'll probably be like, oh, actually, I thought I didn't have time, but actually, because you feel more energized because you've started working out and because you probably a little bit clearer thinking and you understand the priority that fitness has on your life, you will then probably find more gaps to prioritize it. Because that's the thing, like maybe fitness just isn't a priority for you right now because you don't understand how beneficial it will be for you. A 10-minute full body blast. This is an alternative if you have like a spare 10 minutes, then obviously this is another kind of like circuit that you could do or follow. So a 45-second work, 15-second rest timer. So what you do is 45 seconds of squats and obviously 15 seconds rest in between before you then move on to push-ups, jumping jacks, lunges, and then a plank. So these are two different workouts that you can do and you can add into your routine. No excuses, 5, 10 minutes. I guarantee if you open your phone, you'll be able to find an app that has a screen time that is longer than 5 or 10 minutes. So you can just replace all of that energy and time into something that is going to help you in the long run. So excuses versus solutions. So this is the next slide. So actually changing the mindset around some of the things that we say. So rather than saying stuff like, I don't have time, we need to schedule it in. So, by saying you don't have time, it's not helpful, it's not actionable. Everyone can say that they don't have time until you actually look at your calendar and you have things blocked out. Again, I've got a video on calendar blocking and time blocking. I can do a new one if necessary, but the information is pretty much still the same. Unless you have a calendar and you've time blocked things out, of course you don't have time because you have no idea where your time is and you have no idea where your time is going. So rather than saying you don't have time, try and find a way to schedule it in. Saying that you're too tired, those 5, 10 minute short burst workouts are going to give you a boost of energy. It's one of the biggest things and probably like the hardest things to actually get your head around when you're starting a fitness journey is that actually by working out, you gain so much more energy from it. You feel more energized and you're ready to take the day on. Whereas when you're in this consistent routine of feeling lethargic, nothing's going to help that and it just gets worse. So actually by doing a 5, 10 minute workout, you can really boost your energy. I don't have equipment. There's always a body weight workout that you can do. I don't see any equipment that was used in these workouts. Squats, push-ups, jumping jacks, lunges, and a plank are all body weight movements that you can do. So that's the equipment out the door. And then I travel too much. And yet, look, loads of people travel for work, whether it's commuting to London or you're getting flown around the world. Body weight workouts are there for you. 5, 10 minutes, it can be done. Make sure you schedule it in. And then nutrition and recovery. So kind of tapering towards the end is something that's always worth mentioning. And, rather than just saying about workouts, it's staying fit with a busy routine. So obviously a lot more comes into that than just workouts and mindset. So obviously it's your sleep, having healthier snacks, short little walks. If you're sitting at a desk all day and you're staring at a computer, it's so important to get that 5, 10 minute walk, get a bit of fresh air. The sun is shining now, so it's a perfect opportunity to get out and just spend some time for yourself. Meal prep and batch cooking is also another way that's really going to help you achieve your goals. Because if you say you don't have time, that hour of cooking that you're going to spend anyways, if you cook for yourself, you're going to spend probably about half an hour cooking every night. You may as well cook extra and have extra for lunch the next day. So not only are you actually making healthier food choices because you've meal prepped and you've actually thought about it, but you're also saving yourself time at lunch because that food is already there. You don't have to walk to Tesco's and get a meal deal. You don't have to think and ponder about what you're going to have. Sometimes actually eradicating decisions saves you time, but also leads to better like decision making as well. And then spending some time stretching as well, because it's going to help with your recovery and mindfulness. So just a little bit of a recap. So we fly through. So the most important thing is that, look, I get it. We're busy people, and in this day and age where we can work from home and work from our phones, it becomes really, really difficult to kind of dissociate from like a work life and actually be able to identify and prioritize time for ourselves. So it feels like we don't have time, but we really do. The non-negotiables need to be had because again, it feels like we don't have time, but we do, and fitness needs to be an essential part of your routine. Again, you wouldn't miss a doctor's appointment, so don't slack out for yourself and don't let yourself down by not turning up for your fitness and your health. Short and intense workouts are key. Breaking it up throughout the day and using these as a template or an example if you're stuck. Excuses versus solutions. Here are some excuses that you may have said to yourself. Here's some solutions. Make sure you're scheduling things in. Shorter workouts are good and their body weight can always be available. Nutrition and recovery. Without nutrition, without recovery, it's going to be really difficult. So make sure that the meal prep, the batch cooking happens. It doesn't have to be every single meal. If it's just lunch or dinner, then it's good enough and it's going to help you massively on your journey. I appreciate that it is difficult on a busy schedule. This is exactly why I do what I do because I'm someone who used to work 45, 50 hours, commute 2 hours a day. And it was only when I started to prioritize my fitness that everything around my life became a lot more clearer. And, I started to feel better because there's nothing worse than always feeling like you're under pressure, always working, and you don't have time for yourself. So this is really, really key. And I understand it's a big problem for most people. And that's why it's really important to go over this. If there's anything that you found useful, for those of you that are in the coaching group, pop it in the chat. Let's create a conversation about it. Maybe there's some points you agree with, some points you don't agree with. And if you're re-watching from either YouTube or listening to it as a podcast from Spotify, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you all for listening. Hopefully it helped. And I'll see you in the next Zoom. See you later.